Yo.
Boom! Welcome back, everyone. Happy Wednesday night. It feels a little more full tonight with the whole crew back. Just finished up the Red Sox game. Pete and I are getting ready to watch Survivor. WNBA playoffs don't start till finals don't start till Friday, so we're good there, gang.
Who's in it?
Are
they still playing?
Yeah, they're still playing. Dude, you seen Nafisa Collier go off on the WNBA commissioner? Way to go, Pete. Pete, how are we? How was the week?
I have no idea what any of that means. Give me the elevator speech of what happened.
Nafisa, so there's a big debate in the WNBA about how it's too physical and the referees stink and they don't call fouls and the league is against the players. And so this woman called out the commissioner. She was actually right.
Interesting.
Give me the Red Sox scoop. I'm back in. You guys got me back in, so I've watched both games.
Well, there's the problem right there.
Yeah, that was what happened.
Pete, you told me to get back in. I'm back in.
I told you to get back in like
2 months ago.
Yeah, like in June when it was it. Anyway.
Are you surprised it's going to a third game?
Yes. I'm surprised that the Yankees beat the Red Sox at all. We had their number all year, and I thought Bayo would do much better. That didn't happen. I thought the bats would come alive. I'm very disappointed with Bregman. I hope he does not re-sign with the Red Sox, but that's just me. Steve, what do you think?
I hope he re-signs with the Red Sox.
Really?
He is for a young core that we have. They need someone with his experience and his playoff background in order
Acumen.
I like him with what we have.
Like, what did you get in your SAT verbal?
Him and Story are perfect veteran presence for what.
I don't know.
You don't know what you got in your SAT verbal?
Couldn't tell you what I got in my SATs.
Do you know there was a short period there where they changed the SAT scoring, but now they went back to it?
Yeah, they went back. The only thing I remember about the SATs, we took it the morning after Mike Craig's car accident. I was very surprised. The whole time I was like, "Where's Craig? Craig's not here." And everyone's like, "Oh, he drove through a house." And I was like, "Well, this isn't fun." It was on my mind the whole time. I have no idea what I scored.
Mike was so worried. He was like June Kaleli the entire time.
I was.
If you were one of the kids that took the SATs during the period where they didn't have normal scoring, like, what do you tell people?
That
I'm sure there was some kind of scale.
Yeah, it was like I got like a 5,000 on my SAT.
Wait, do you remember what you guys got on your SATs?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I was a horrible test taker.
What'd you get, like an 800?
That's it.
I think you got like 600 for writing your name.
What'd you get? What'd you guys get?
I got a 1,200. I'll openly say it. I remember that. I was excited to get that. Yes. Yeah, I remember that. I took like
1190.
I took like Kaplan classes and stuff though. Like I really tried hard.
Yeah.
They gave us that SAT prep course in high school. We had to take like that half credit.
Wait, what was that? What was that lady's name?
Sweeney.
Nice. I feel like Janet DeLuca was a stickler for you getting your SAT score.
Oh yeah, I think the first time I took it, I got under 1,000, and my mother just cracked the whip on me. She was like, "Absolutely not on my watch."
I did crack 1,000, so I was happy about that.
There you go.
I was at 1060.
There you go. Mike, where were you at? You must be
I have, dude, literally no idea.
Wow.
How would I even look that up?
What was your class rank? Were you in the top 100?
Open the bank.
They sent them to you. You had them when you applied to college 20-something years ago.
It's
We don't get them now.
the most important number you had in your life.
We didn't just look those up like in some database that we have access
I don't
to.
remember. This feels again like one of those things you guys are on me about that I should remember. I feel like my class rank was like 40th. Does that feel like a good number?
Yeah, you were lower than me. Yeah.
I don't even. Is that the right number?
I knew that was coming.
Is that the right number? I don't know. I feel like I'm doing pretty well in life. So whatever these numbers are, I'm good.
There is
Your class rank in high school means nothing about the success of what you've got going right now.
As someone who still works in higher education, there is no predictor of academic success based off the SAT. That has been proven, and why many schools now make it optional or don't even use it anymore, especially when it hurts their bottom line when they have to report the scores that their incoming class has. If it goes lower, it hurts their ranking, which means that they can't charge more money. So it's a business model deal too. So
I can see all that. Yep.
There's your college insight right there from 20 years in.
Well, what was your class rank, Pete? I don't know. You asked me a question.
I remember I was a 10. I was 10 after freshman year, and I was very excited about that. And then I think I dropped out of the top. I think I dropped out of the top 50 by my senior year.
Who do we think the top 5 was? Houchins was 1. Leah was 2.
Yeah.
Rob Nearing has to be up there.
I remember Amanda
Nearing
Rule.
Coon?
Amanda Rule was 9. I remember her and I talked about it. Yeah, Rua.
Could Kumpf have been up there?
Cup was like around 20, I think, because we were talking about it when him, myself, and Aaron Young all went to Tufts.
Oh, yeah, Aaron Young. She could have been up there.
Aaron Young was above us.
I might be able to get all of these stats right now. Hold on.
Wait, what? If you can, dude, this feels like HIPAA.
I had perfect grades. My freshman year was amazing.
Steve, do they still have class rank at Milford High School?
Hey, there's guys.
they
DeVito
let
just
them
said
know?
he thinks. Hold on. Let's just pause.
can.
DeVito thinks
hold
he
on.
can go back to 2002 and find our class rank. If
I
you
can
can
get
do
it.
that,
If you tell me it right now, I could go in and get it for you right now.
go. If you think you can do it that confidently, you have to go in and give all 10 of us in rank our class rank. Who's
Hold
last?
Oh yeah, here it is, Michael Kaleli. I wish I could share my screen.
Wait, whatever.
You had it?
It's got Michael's age of 40. His guidance counselor was Paul F. Dufo.
Wait, this is incredible. This feels like it's a HIPAA violation, but I'm okay. You can release my data.
Well, you just said you wanted to know. Oh yeah, I got everything right here. I got your GPA,
It's on
your
the
rank.
line. It's on the line.
What's my rank?
Hold on.
I feel like you were up there, Mike. Weren't you smart?
I didn't try that hard.
I feel like I finished in the
Throwaway
7th.
line. Throwaway line.
I never did. Ask my parents. I didn't apply myself in school.
Oh, that's,
Again,
didn't you win the Daughters of the American Revolution?
I was a great leader.
Yes, you did. Mike, what is
Sounds
your
like somebody that applied themselves?
You got
Mike,
those
what
awards
is
if
your
you were a
guess?
total suck ass. That's what you
What
got.
would you get? What would I guess? What?
what was your class rank? What do you think you
I
was?
said 40. I guess 40.
Anyone want to get
There was
over on
what, Steve, 274 in our class, something like that?
I have no idea, Steve.
it? 301.
301. Wow.
What?
How many kids were in the class?
301.
Oh, I thought you said my class rank
That
was
was great.
I was not. I was not 301.
No, that's the total number in our class.
28. Mike was
But-
28.
Hold on. It was 301, but only 272 graduated.
Oh.
So that was we entered with that number, and we graduated 272.
Ooh, it's a pretty bad
Oh.
attrition rate.
That's ugly.
Awful.
Mike, you were 58.
58. How
What
many
was that?
kids do we have in
Is that
school
the
now?
70s?
Mike, 58. That seems
How many kids in Milford High right now?
Yeah.
Please
I
hold.
told you, I didn't try very hard in school. I don't know why you guys are surprised by
Mike,
this.
first of all, stop saying that. You were the class president. You were a varsity athlete. You won Daughters of the American Revolution.
Yes.
Like, I don't want to hear about how
It's
you
one
were
of his
playing.
best friends
No.
out of the presidency.
No, let me rephrase, Pete. I did a lot at school. I didn't really try academically that hard.
you're in
That
the
one
top
right
21% of the class, Mike.
Like do people ever talk to you about like what books they read in high school and college? I don't think I read a single book.
I only read what was required. I
I
still
never
don't.
read.
I didn't even read that.
Yeah.
Michael, the total number right now with Milford High is 1259.
Wow, that's a lot of people.
That would be 1,259.
Roughly 314 a class.
So it's
Wow.
about the same.
This is why Case was so much higher ranked than any of us.
Yeah,
Good enough.
see it.
Using his electronics.
Go ahead, calculator. Just like my TI-85 back in high school.
Yeah.
You didn't use an 86?
Maybe this content is why our pods will be going over an hour. This is good content. Wait, what else are you going to pull up though, Steve?
Who else? Yeah, pull up some more ranks. Let's
You're
rank
only
them.
doing 5 person.
It's our longest episodes and our least poorly and our most poorly rated episodes, by the way.
Wait, why do we think our episode quality is going down?
I told you.
Oh, right. I feel like when I listened back last week, it was an excellent episode.
It's good content. I just think we have less listeners for some reason.
Should I pick this up right now?
I can't see what it is. It's a white. The phone's a white screen.
You can't see it. Let's see. Can we get
No.
in here?
No, I figured it was going to be Brian Mackey.
Tell him to go on the live stream.
Yeah,
There's a
don't look
0% chance of that happening.
Case, what was it like to listen last week? We didn't get your perspective.
Oh no, we did get his perspective.
I sent it. I sent it in an emoji. I appreciate the pod's wishing of birthday wishes to my wife. I shared that with her.
Good. Was it a special birthday?
What?
Special birthday?
No, 38.
No.
Damn, likes him young.
Yeah, baby. After that, I could have cared less for the rest of it.
You could have cared less, or you could not have cared less.
Both.
Just say I didn't care for the rest of it.
I didn't care for the rest of it. I know, Pete, that's a pet peeve of yours. I didn't care for the rest of it.
I thought it was a good episode.
1200.
I can't believe.
I think Mike can start off with you saying, "Oh, Case is not here. This should be a really quick episode," and end up being the longest one yet.
I can't believe Duddy got the lock right. Great pick.
I know. I have all of Duddy's picks. He freaking crushed superlatives this past week. He got all of them.
Guys, we're gonna need a 2-week update.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Let's get into it. This is episode 130, which is a remarkable stat that we have. I don't know what the title means, but that's a trend that we've learned many, many times. So, Pete, let's have you kick us off.
It's in the text chain, Mike. It's
don't you watch? Yeah, don't you watch? Don't you watch news? Well, Cam Ward at the end of his press conference said, "Yo, if we keep it in buck right now, we end." Yes. And I really thought that was probably the best.
My bad.
So, in the spirit of week 4, and I think we should keep it a buck right now, which is basically our generation's. I'm keeping it real.
Wait, right? Can I say one quick thing?
Yeah, sure.
Did anybody see Shedeur Sanders' press conference tonight?
No.
Oh,
what the hell was that?
And then did you see the Browns' response?
No, I only saw. Go look at his press conference. I thought my phone was broken. There was no volume. I was like, why is there no volume?
Was it like a Cleveland Browns, or was it one of his side deals? Was it actually how come he gets so much publicity as
in the locker room
quarterback? See, literally right after that happened, a team official said that Shedeur Sanders was responding to critical comments from ESPN analyst Rex Ryan on Get Up.
Oh, Jesus.
No, Rex is not a fan of his.
You think?
No.
Apparently, neither of the Browns, because they're removed Flacco and made him the backup.
I would have had Sanders start
personally. God bless.
Thank you, Pete.
You want to talk about Boom of the Week? All right, this is your week 4 week in review. Boom of the Week goes to Mike, 174.34. It is the highest score of the season so far. Congratulations, Mike. The previous high was Christian, 167 in week 1, so that one's done. Mike, I Venmo'd your wife again.
Oh, wait, update on that.
Yeah.
I got a text Tuesday morning in the office. My wife got stung by a bee, so she sent me a picture of that.
Not good.
Bit by one, too.
And then she wrote back. I'm not going to say because she said my Michael middle name. I'm not going to state that. I have received a Venmo.
There you go. Look at you. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Good job, Louis.
Thanks a lot.
Mike has 16 booms. That is the most all time. DeVita still at 13. So you got a 3 boom cushion there. Beast of the Week.
Puka, no?
Yeah, it goes to your boy Puka. 43 points. Neighbors still holds the top spot with 47 back on week 2, but RIP Neighbors.
I don't think he's going to be breaking that.
Yeah, I think he's done for the year. Going deep. It was against me. Tutu Atwell caught a 88-yard pass. It was the longest play of the year so far. CJ, of course, picks up and plays Matthew Stafford. I saw all 88 yards of that as he slowly came back, but ended up surviving it. So anyway, Tutu Atwell going deep holds the new season mark to beat at 88 yards. And that is your week in review.
Pete, we're through 4 weeks. Do we have the magic number set in stone yet, or are you still 1 week away?
Yeah, I barely got up for this. So
I'm going to stick with 135. I'm going to go with 130. Let's go with 135. Let's say 135. A good number to go with because the first game, the game of the week, had 2 teams that broke 135. We had our potential trade of D'Adarian starting quarterback coming back to haunt him. Breen continues his climb up the leaderboard, takes down our former undefeated top seed Christian Dare. Pete, give us that recap.
Yeah, Breen 152 to 143. Looking back at my last week's prediction, I said that Luther Burden would be the difference for Christian. He ended up with 2 receptions for -4 yards. So good move by Christian avoiding that advice. Honestly, great move. Christian, Breen, he held the game from wire to wire. Genty shows up, which is big for him. He gets 41 points out of Genty. Kevin improves from the 4 seed to the 2 seed. Christian, meanwhile, switches back and drops his second straight game. So better days ahead for the Darian. But Breen up to the 2. What do you think of that?
I think it's pretty cool that Breen's at the 2. Steve, I'm going to go to you first on Kev. Carried by what had been a pretty disappointing number 1 pick in Genty. Back-to-back number 1 picks. Harrison still me. Can Genty be a ticket for Kevin to get back to the playoffs? Give us your reaction on Kev's team.
Genty's not his ticket to get back to the playoffs, but he did have a really nice week against a not very good Chicago defense. I think Odunze and Collins staying hot and finding a groove is going to be his ticket back in because you know what he's going to get from Allen. Those are his guys.
Love that. I agree with that. Let's go to the other side case and see Darian's team. Top end talent, Bijan maintains his commitment. There's a move that he's been making week to week that I'm very interested to get your thoughts on. I didn't realize it because I was like, oh, he played Raheed Shaheed. What a surprise. He's played Raheed Shaheed 4 weeks in a row.
Woo, Mike.
And Raheed Shaheed barely broken 10 points. He's not getting that many targets. It seems like in hindsight the wrong play, but give us the Darian's reaction. Broke 140, gets a loss, and I think he's got some bottom of the bench problems.
Yeah, 0-2 since the Hurts trade. So I think that's no coincidence. Takes out the roster, and Pete's been flying high, and CGD has come back to the middle. Without playing Judkins, is it perceivable that he is basically tanking? Is he playing for next year? Because he did – I have evidence on a text chain that this isn't my year when he was 2-0. And since then, he's 0-2 and trade away his best player. Or second.
Why would you not play Judkins or Addison over Shaheed?
Addison, I can see. I'm okay with the Addison play. Had him back. Knew I could see the process. You know me on process. The fact that he didn't play Judkins to me is insane. He's the only guy who gets the ball back there.
But I'm saying Addison and Shaheed, if you're comparing those 2 guys. Spencer Rattler, Carson Wentz, I guess it's comparable, but way better offenses.
Which one would you have gone with? Who did he go with? Which one would you have gone with?
It's Judkins. It's Judkins.
I think Judkins is an every week play if I'm Darian.
Trending 100%, Mike.
I think Judkins going forward, but I don't know about last week.
Why? He's the number 1 guy. The week before, he was the only guy.
At Detroit.
Who would you take out and go try to Monday morning quarterback this?
Shaheed. I don't even think Shaheed should be rostered, and he started him 4 weeks in a row.
Wow, that is intense.
Trending Judkins, so misses week 1 because he just gets back. Then he goes 13 touches. He goes 20 touches, and this past week he had 25 touches.
I would have needed to see the 1 game of 20 touches, and he'd be in my starting lineup.
I wouldn't worry if it's Detroit. You think it's going to be a blowout, like the dude's going to touch the ball. That Browns offense, like they can't pass.
I'm kind of with Case.
Any of those guys, Addison.
I understand Addison coming off of suspension, not ready to go. I get that. But he would have won.
But it's not an injury; it's a suspension. I mean, the guy wasn't hurt, and he was an every week player for him last year.
Fair take.
Yeah, but is he's not practicing with those guys. Like once you return to the off suspension, you're not practicing the whole time. You can only be there for meetings for a week, and then you can get back on the field. So I just don't think that's the right play.
It'd be good. It's going to be good to preview Kev next week. We said got a little lucky with Benson and Connor, and now he's on the other side of this where Benson's out, Pearsall's out. I see a Q on Nico. That would not be a good thing, but nonetheless, Kev's in a really good spot. I think you look at a second place after 4 weeks for a guy who's picked up a Dunze as an every week starter. He's going to be in the hunt. His team's very good, and we didn't even mention it, but Josh Allen continues to be complete, rock solid number 1 quarterback material. So good win by Kev in game number 1. Let's go to game number 2. Uh-oh.
Did anyone call Dan? Make sure
I didn't even text him. Did you call him, Steve?
I did have a wonderful text exchange with him. He is alive and well. I wouldn't say well.
That was a weird noise.
What was that?
I don't know. Sound effects. Mike with the win, 174 to 119. I'm just going to go with it, Mike. We're going to have another 2-hour episode here.
I thought I teed you up.
You already teed me up?
Yeah.
I don't remember that. All right. The Mike, 174 to 119. The two teams headed in the opposite direction. I picked Mike as my boom, and he delivered. I'm sorry I don't have more stats. I'm kind of shooting from the hip here. Mike, you went against my advice to play Caleb Williams, and you went with Drake May. Turns out that decision might have won Sheila grocery money for the week. So congratulations on that.
Thank you.
I know that we want to talk about Lloyd, and I know that he is obviously a dumpster fire, but Mike had the blowout of the week. He's in first place. He's got a historic playoff stretch going on. And with one more win, I think we can start talking about sweeping the league.
No.
Yeah, I think so. Anyway,
I got a text this week.
Mike stays at number 1. Dan falls to the basement. Go ahead, Mike.
I got a text yesterday at 3:34. After 4 weeks, the Chosen Ones are the 13th best team of all time.
Oh, now you get Chris.
Death wish. Case, we heard from DeVito last week, 2 weeks ago, that an 0-3 Dan was a lock to miss the playoffs. I don't need to know DeVito's opinion that an 0-4 Dan is even more of a lock to miss the playoffs. Take us into your reaction to Lloyd's team. He easily had the best quarterback room of the league. 3 guys break 30 points. He has no depth, and some of his rookie receivers that we thought he could rely on are bad.
With the quarterback depth that Lloyd is now showing, I can take him off my weekly Justin Herbert sales pitch text that I send to a few managers around the league. Innes said it. Too bad we're not playing a 3-quarterback system last week because he would have scored 90 points with those guys, and that would have been the only chance to beat you, Mike. So maybe keeping receipts. I said at the beginning of the year, I wasn't something was going to happen to Lloyd this year. It's been too perfect in terms of the health of that roster as they've come up, and now he's dealing with what we all deal with, which is someone's going to get hurt when you're primed to win it. So he's in trouble.
DeVito, are you impressed that Case only has one side of receipts? I've never heard the other side of the receipt, but we'll get there one day. Steve Scatabo. Steve, am I right or am I wrong?
Who talks about the receipts that they don't get?
All the time. DeVito and I, we're reality.
Yeah.
Steve, Pete.
Before we continue, we have 2 questions in the chat. One, actually just one question. First of all, Coast Guard baseball being called out as a class act program. And second of all, does Steve think that Casey or Kaleli would catch the Jared Duran dropped ball during the game today?
Oh, yeah, without doubt.
Both submitted by Jeff Innes.
Mike played a perfect center field when we played Lemonster's freshman in Guadalajara, standing against the fence in hurricane force wind.
Or wait. DeVito just killing it.
Steve, back to the game. Scatabo, really nice floor play for me. I'm not going to go to Puka because we talked about him a lot. Bottom of the roster was solid, and Chase Brown continues to be mediocre. I don't think he did a home run that game. He did a home run out of Guadalajara.
He did. It's such a lie, Dunny. Mike, I actually think your best player in your roster right now, outside of Nakua and Cook, is going to be Cortland Sutton.
Oh, interesting.
He's a monster. And how about the fact that in this matchup for Lloyd, he plays Bo Nix, and you kind of bring this right back in and take any chance of that 30. Now, granted, you were going to kick his ass anyways, but any chance of there being, that Nix big run without Sutton doing something like it was, I believe it was last week.
What was that?
What was that?
Wait, what was that?
Keeping receipts. My bad.
What was it? No, what was that?
It's just my phone. A video play.
My bad.
Multitasking over here.
Wait, is he?
To answer Duddy's most recent question, I believe that Puka Nakuka is the best player in fantasy right now. Yes, Duddy.
No way. Jalen Hurts.
Well,
I just make Lamar healthy.
it's been a great couple weeks. He'll get hurt in a couple weeks, so that's why I'm a little worried about running the league. But great start, 4-0 start, number 1 in points scored. Really, the only cakewalk week I had was this one. So, thanks, Dan. Speaking of cakewalk, Pete, we're back, baby. Let's hear it. Game number 3. Down goes Tall Boy. Pete, give us that recap.
I win 144 to 136. This was the smallest margin of victory for the week, but I will take it. This was the upset that everyone saw coming, including me. With so many wins over Spates, I might just grow 3 feet and change my name to Cliff Senior because I am his daddy. Let's look at the standings. CJ, I stay in 8th place. CJ drops from 3rd to 5th. So big loss for Spates. CJ, let me know what you want for Christmas because Daddy's going to deliver.
Pete, Georgie Pickens, he's something without. You just laugh track your own joke.
Yep. That sounds like a Seinfeld laugh.
It keeps coming in waves. It's kind of a weird thing.
Steve, take us into the locker room, DeLuca. Dude, Pickens was an absolute dog on Sunday night. And Pete had a pretty good top-to-bottom week, and Godwin's just getting back in. So I think Pete's got to be feeling good, but give us your readout on his squad.
We talk about the bad luck that Lloyd has had with injuries and things happening. How about
Don't.
I'm not going to the trade. Relax. Let me talk.
The opposite. Yeah, listen to him.
Let me finish. Don't. Let me finish. What I'm saying is Lloyd has had bad luck when it comes to
Don't.
Pete has had tremendous luck with some of the trades he's made
with
some of these guys.
I thought you were going to comment on Spates' team.
We know, Mike.
Going on to – I'll be happy to go to Spates' team. But a lot of these trades he's made are guys who were in positions that may not have been the guy, like Mason, Jones getting hurt, right? Walker was there. Charbonnet got a knee injury. He missed a little bit of time. And now you got Pickens and Godwin with those guys who are facing injuries to their number 1. So Pete making that trade for Hurts and getting some good opportunities here in some trades to get guys who were 2s and are now kind of showing up as 1s, putting them in a good spot.
Mike, you made fun of that strategy. That's what I said I said this a couple episodes ago.
What?
Where I talked about trading down on DK and getting Calvin Austin, how I want to try to trade away from the number 1s and get the number 2s on teams. And Mike said, great strategy. No one ever does that.
Yeah, Mike, report that receipt.
There's your receipt there. I got it.
You said your strategy 3 weeks ago is instead of having the number 1 receiver on each team, I want the number 2 receiver.
Look how great it's turned out.
You're the best, Pete. Steve, comment on this. We don't even need cases analysis on this. Tell us about bad luck Spates.
I'll yield my time to Steve.
Yeah.
Awesome. Great. So another injury for Spates. Neighbors. Warren's hurt. Had Mixon hurt. Charbonnet's ceding time to Walker. And he's not getting the production out of Henry and an offense now that is going to be without Lamar Jackson, and guys are going to put 8 in the box on him. That's some tough luck for Spates. And how long can he run? Well, now he's going to get Daniels back, but how long was he going to be able to run with Stafford as his quarterback and kind of letting that thing run? I do actually have a question, though. If you're Spates, 49ers this week have nobody playing on offense.
None.
Daniels coming off of an injury. Do you still plug Daniels back in here, or are you waiting a week and letting Stafford go against the porous 49ers pass defense from this past week against Jackson?
Good question for our preview, Steve. Let's
Seems like a preview question,
yeah,
Steve.
let's hold that one.
I think you let Stafford roll. As the guy that went against him, Stafford did well.
He's going to be an interesting spot when we get to the preview because Stafford and I have Puka. So do you counter that? Case, I'm going to come into CJ a little bit here. Let's
What did you guys take before this?
Pete, take a look at the
back. You'll hear how great that setup. You'll hear how great that's great that's.
You were like trying to get it out. You couldn't.
In my head, I caught it, and I'm like, this is gonna be good. I just gotta get it out.
The only thing I have on CJ, didn't he have Tyler Warren in his starting lineup at some point before the weekend and then made a substitution late? I thought I remember seeing that. I might be wrong, but that might have been a difference in this close matchup because he had a pretty good week.
I'm not monitoring his roster that closely. And Steve is right. There's been a couple things that have happened to CJ that he's also turned pretty quickly into an spot, and he gets the number 1 seed this week. So he's going to need a big performance, and I think he's going to have to get Daniels back in lineup. But let's get that question back for the preview. Steve, and speaking of Steve, an almost boom for a guy who is climbing up the standings. Pete, let's give the DeVito recap. Steve takes down Innes, who sucked this week.
Yeah, he didn't do very good. Isn't it sad? I'm still writing my notes. That's how behind I am. Okay, Steve, 166 to 114. Oh, big game for Steve. It could have been bigger if he played all the Packers like I told him to, but he kept Romeo Doubs on his bench. He didn't take my advice. Why do I even show up here every week? I'm happy that DK Metcalf finally got off the schneid, if that's still one of those things. But it looks like the passes early on from Rodgers, they weren't connecting. Now they're kind of throwing him over his head. They're letting him pick balls, which is what he is better at. I think Steve looks like he may have lost Bucky Irving to a foot issue. It looks like he might have lost A.J. Brown to a cryptic text. So overall, it's not going very good. But even though A.J. Brown is being a bitch, Steve gets the win. And good one for Steve. Steve goes from the number 7 seed to the number 3 seed. Big jump for Steve.
Biggest riser.
And it's dropped from number 4 to 6.
Case, I want to have you look at Steve's roster a bit here. To me, good comments on Pete's side with Bucky and his key. We'll see what happens this upcoming week. The real through line to Steve, the beginning of the season, has been on the back of Amon-Ra St. Brown. He has been a stalwart wide receiver. He's elevated DeVito's floor with Keenan Allen. Are we looking at a team that we slept on in the offseason, and do we think DeVito has the right construction for a team that will stay in the playoff hunt?
I like DeVito's mix. I think him and Breen have both snuck up on the league a little bit with so much high expectation on Lloyd and Spates. Those teams faltering, Steve and Breen getting in the early mix early on. I know Steve last week said he hated the 9 a.m. London game and gets a huge performance out of Metcalf. So good thing he went against his better judgment, getting that guy in there despite his hatred for those early starts. That was a good fantasy output game for a lot of players in that contest. So way to go, Steve, going against your initial reaction to that early start.
Steve, great week. Let's get your comment on your roster before I have you talk about Jeff. And you're doing this, so it means you want to say something.
The interesting thing is this: Metcalf was not going to be in until I saw that Jalen Warren was out. Ooh. And I viewed that as they were going to need to throw the ball earlier because Gainwell was not someone I think they wanted to have run for 4 quarters.
Yep.
So that literally was the only reason why.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, but they ran him more in the second half. In the first half, he only had 5 carries.
Oh, good call.
He had a touchdown in the first half.
He did, the goal line. Yep.
First touchdown, I think, right? Or second?
I think, honestly, he saw a lot more looks than just rushes. Like, he was out there very involved in the first half as well.
Yeah.
I had Gainwell. I picked him up as a free agent after week 1 because I thought I saw the way he works. I think if Warren's out, it's kind of tough because they're on a bye. Steelers next week. But I think if Warren is out.
I do appreciate that he's keeping him on his bench for this game. That was very good.
Huge, big if Warren is out.
Big.
Steve, give me a readout as the opponent to Innes this week. The guy who has been the potentially biggest disappointment in the league, in my opinion, is on Innes' roster, is Ladd McConkey. You have Ladd, who's been useless. He's been useless.
Biggest disappointment in the league?
Top 3. Only because he has had a healthy quarterback, hasn't missed a game, and he hasn't scored more than 5 points.
Health-wise, yeah.
High expectations, Mike. Year 2 jump. He hasn't been there.
The problem that McConkey had coming into this, which is a big reason why I kept Keenan Allen, was because McConkey is way more of a slot guy, and Keenan Allen is just that has such a good rap with Case
Herbert.
There it is.
Good boy.
So adding Allen into the slot where McConkey is more comfortable playing, where he was last year. Has hurt him just because of the rapport that they've got. But I actually think for Duddy, like Ridley is the biggest disappointment to me. I mean, he was a guy that I think a lot of people wanted, including myself, to go after in the preseason. And I understand there isn't great quarterback play there, but he's gone from being the number 1 to now being the number 2 behind Iamar, which is really weird.
Enos is in trouble, gang. I tried to call Enos last night on my way home from work, and he told me to buzz off because he was watching the Red Sox. But
Said buzz off.
Piss off, Lou.
You think he said, "Shut up"?
Hey, shut up.
He's like, "What are you calling me for?" I was like, "Let's talk trade." But that was it. Speaking of talk trade, are we in sell mode yet? Who calls it 7? I was on my ride home, Jeff. It was right there.
7.
He doesn't follow the game, Duddy. He doesn't follow
the Red Sox. I forgot they were even playing. He was so mad at me.
WNBA doesn't tip off till 9, Duddy. That's why.
No. It was just all right. So speaking of trade, Case might be selling here. So Case gets a loss, almost boom from Cousin Ange. Pete, give us that recap.
Cousin Ange.
It wasn't close to a boom.
So much for Hispanic Heritage Month, huh, Case? Jesus.
Yeah, you gotta get a new joke, Pete.
That's
Hey, Casey sucks, so that's why I'm going to pick against him this week.
This coming from a guy that left a soda can on my doorstep 20 years ago, and he still talks about it. I didn't even get it. My mom, R.I.P., God rest her soul, got it, and this kid still brings it up.
Pete, A, it was funny, it was classic. B, it was a 20-ounce bottle that I ran over with my car and flattened it and put it in the FedEx box.
I know. I still hear about it. He's like, yo, I was at a bar and I told some random guy this story. I go, did you really? Did you get kicked out? Like, they're going to.
No, he actually bought me a beer because it was such a great story.
All right. Andy, 143 to 131. DeVita proves he's still alive and kicking out there with his first big win of the year and a big score for him. Good for him. What was that? He's over here playing YouTube ads for me. Casey blows my lock of the week and any faith I had in him and his entire team. The one positive about Lamar Jackson getting hurt is that I won't have to see Justin Herbert gifts sent to me every single day. So that's good. DeVita improves from 10 to 9. Casey goes from 6 to 7.
Case playing against DeVita, he put up a nice week. Agbuka's potentially a next 3-week stud. Worthy's back and he saw a lot of targets. Hampton has no competition. I think you got to look at Andy in these next couple weeks and say, hey, there's going to be a formidable opponent. Give us your reaction, and he can get Mahomes back in there next week.
Yeah, I actually texted him after he was kicking the crap out of me. He was like, hey, thanks for putting Olave and Hampton in this week when you left them out against everybody else. Hampton, big week. Obviously, I think Xavier Worthy changes that lineup a little bit, gives him a stack. I'm actually surprised he didn't go with Mahomes and he kept Goff in there. That would have made it, borderline blowout of the week, not just a solid win for him. So I think Andy is another one of those teams that, in the middle of the season here, I think he might be rounding into form.
What form would that be?
Better form than me.
Steve, I had Kay's comment on your team. You can now comment on his team because he designed a trade with you built around a guy who looks like he's out for a couple weeks. Give us your take on Case's rosters today. He could be feeling like he's in a tough spot.
So I think he hit on Quentin Johnston because he looks like the alpha right now on the outside. And the guys that scare me the most on his team are the inconsistency of Coleman, Kupp, and Henderson. I think those are 3 guys he was looking at, especially with some of the trades he made. A couple of seconds for Coleman, having Kupp in his lineup from last year, and then Henderson, that big trade on draft day, looking for them to deliver more. And I thought Henderson, like a lot of people, was going to see more play this week after what happened with Stevenson, and it didn't show. So if it's not going to happen after that, you got to start to ask yourself when. But good news, he could play Justin Herbert this week.
Oh, true. Yeah, interesting week for the league. It was fun we had a bunch of people at the bottom of the leaderboard battling it out. A win by Pete, a win by DeVita, and you're seeing good concentration to the middle with Lloyd and I on the outliers. So week 5, typically one of my favorite weeks of the year because we start to get into buys this week. So when we preview the games. We're going to talk buys. I think Pete will, for the first time, be okay with us talking about bench depth. Pete, okay now?
Yes.
Good now. Before we get there, though, Case, we're 2 weeks behind on our picks recap. Have you made it less confusing to read it back in a cohesive and logical way?
Reading it back to you, the big-time performer of the last 2 weeks called it on the pod last week. A 4-1 week followed by this year's first 5-0 week is Steve DeVito. His team is 3-1, and he is 9 out of his last 10 in picks.
Whoa!
Who is red hot?
Who do you miss?
I mean, looks white hot.
This past week, he got all 5. 2 weeks ago, he picked Lloyd over me. Suck it, Steve.
Sorry, Case.
Okay, I forgive you. Mike, solid week this past week, 4-1. DeLuca, 3-2. Casey, 3-2. I did put in my own picks. A modest 3-2, so I didn't cheat.
Word.
Do we know you didn't cheat though?
We did really well in the superlatives this past week too, and the last 2 weeks. We actually have some respectable numbers there. For picking a pod worst 500 10-10 record, I actually have a 6-6 superlative record, which is outstanding. Mike 5-7, big push after not getting one the first 2 weeks. Pete and Steve 4-8 in your superlative picks over the first 4 weeks of the year. So that's pretty much on par, honestly.
Oh, God.
Duddy had a good week last week with those.
Duddy hit every single superlative. He is hitting it at 100. He got every single lock.
That's
Good
amazing.
strategy.
The best part is I'm going to try to confuse Case by saying lock every game. I don't chart his picks. It's not confusing at all.
I like it because his head just shook so much. He goes, and I'm going to lock it.
Kaloy would segue to it. He's like, oh, hold on one second. And I'm going to boom lock it.
All right.
Double locking it.
Speaking of double locking, let's go. Our game of the week, 2 guys who would be playing in the first round of the playoffs if it started today. Our 2 seed, our 3 seed. Let's get it for Steve DeVito, Kevin Breen. Pete, give us that preview.
Yeah, early playoff matchup. I like this. I think it's a good thing. Last year they split 1-1. It was a 14-point win by Breen and then a 50-point win by Steve. So a big one there. I only talk about difference makers. I'm going to talk about Darren Waller. Steve, roll the dice. Why not? I saw that he added DeMarcado, and I think that that's great. Probably want to see it first. The New England tight ends, they tore up Carolina. I don't see why Miami can't do the same and take advantage of that tight end position. So I'm going to pick Steve.
Steve, who'd you just pick up?
Brashard Smith.
Who'd you drop?
Pacheco.
Whoa, Pacheco, free agent. Whoa.
Bad.
He's not good.
Steve, give us. I wanted you to do a quick injury check for me because this one's got some 2 big major Qs on here, and then I'm going to have Brian lean into a couple boom questions that he's got. But I got Nico on Kev's side and Bucky on your side. We got 2 in, 2 out, 1 in, 1 out. Where are we?
I think 1 in, 1 out.
I'm hoping for your sake it's not what I think.
Yeah, I don't think Irving plays this week. So he's got a sprained foot. I just don't see them pushing that right now.
So, Case, that's a good segue in because I want you to look at Steve's team because this is the fastest test that we're getting. You'll be fine, Steve. The fastest test we're getting on DeVito's coaching and free agent prowess, where you've got Bucky Irving out, you've got Juwan Jennings out, you've got buys for Pittsburgh and Green Bay. Kittle's still out. I can essentially not name anybody else on Steve's roster. So, does he have the right combo of free agent pickups going to DeMarcado and then the other guy he just picked up? And what's your take on where Steve goes in a down week?
Yeah, a couple dart throws for Steve. Hurt by the injury bug and some week 4 buys. This is where the Amon-Ra St. Brown and A.J. Brown need to sort of carry you through. The Jackson dart play I find the most interesting one because I don't think it's going to be a play that's going to carry you in a matchup of this magnitude. Sort of a floor. I don't know how much that ceiling is second week. How much is he trusted with putting up mega numbers? I think you're looking at somewhere in that sort of teens to high teens performance out of Jackson Dart this week.
Steve, how do you coach around this where you got a bunch of guys out on buys? do you look at it as like, all right, I'm going to have to get some losses and I'll take it, or do you actively try to make some moves around the edges of your roster to try to steal a win on a potential down week for Kev?
Let me just tell you, Mike, the answer is no.
Why?
No. I'm good.
I side texted him.
I
Who do you think I offered him?
also side texted you back.
Pete, why wouldn't he want Kyler for the week?
Kyler can't see over his offensive lineman.
He can't. Sorry. I was saying that because he's got Harrison. So, Steve, how do you go about it? Are you rolling these guys out, or are we making moves?
I've talked to a couple guys this week, but I don't think anything's going to probably not happen. I think this is one of those weeks where I think everyone is going to have a week where you're going to get caught up with it with injuries or in buys, and right now this is kind of what it is. So,
You're taking Kev?
How confident?
It is what it is.
You're taking Kev, it sounds like.
am I taking Kev this week? Yeah, I'm taking Kev this week.
Whoa. The spot on Kev.
I'm just not overly confident in if Bucky Irving was playing and he was healthy, I'd have a way different take on this. Really? Losing him out of the lineup to me is the biggest difference maker in the whole thing. I think there are a couple decent matchups that I have, but I just don't think with him in it, with other guys out, it's going to match up. And I think he's got a couple of decent matchups.
Innes has a good question in the chat. Now, I want to know, how did you know to pick up DeMarcado like the second Trey Benson got put on IR? Like, what are you doing during the day that this is allowed?
I was at the cafeteria lunch duty, and I got my phone vibrate in my pocket. I popped it up. It was a ESPN Adam Schefter alert that said that he was placed on the IR, and I went right in and picked up DeMarcado.
Does Milford High School allow cell phones?
For adults, it's a weird concept.
Interesting.
Kind of hypocritical.
I'm going to go ahead and fight that.
For adults, what about 18-year-old seniors? Do they count?
No.
Ooh.
They're not graduated yet.
So it's not for adults.
It's only for adults to get their notifications.
That is correct.
For postgrads.
Did the kids ever yell at you? Did the kids ever yell, like, yo, Mr. DeVito, put your phone away? No. I would.
Daddy, stop running your mouth. You just got ran this week.
Whoa.
Is that at me?
Oh, we're yelling at Jeff.
Oh, Jeff.
Whoa. Hey, was there a Legion alumni game, Steve, that people weren't invited to?
Yeah, I had no idea about the alumni game.
It was in your email.
No, I didn't get it.
Did people go? Did anybody in the alumni go?
Yeah.
Did Jeff go?
Jeff was in Florida.
All right. I'll take
He was there in spirit, though.
I'm going to take Kevin this week. I love his stack on Sunday night.
It sends me screenshots of events, so I know about them.
Do you think Jeff Innes was the best micros player that ever played?
Probably Sean Tynan.
Who was the coach? Who was the coach all those years?
Crescenzi?
No, he might be the coach now. What was micros?
Senior Babe Ruth.
Oh, I didn't play that.
I never heard about micros before I heard about Jeff Innes. Like he put micros on my radar. He changed the game personally for me. It's no jokes.
I thought micros was like mini Legion.
Yeah.
Senior Ruth. It's just below.
Yeah, until Big Jeff Innes shows up and starts hamming.
Take him out, Jeff. Take him out.
Big Hambino.
Jeff wouldn't play wiffle ball with us because it would mess up his swing for micros. Not even
That's
joking.
not true.
Not even joking.
Dude, I could have played wiffle ball with you. I was a designated pinch runner for DeVito and Innes that summer.
Not only could he not play wiffle ball with us during season, his mother would come out and yell at him for, like, you're messing up your swing, Duddy, get inside.
What grade are we talking about right now?
Like 10th?
Sophomore year.
Yeah. Like, yeah.
Judy was having him groom for Legion. That's what it was.
Mrs. Innes would yell at Jeff, then feed us all meatball sandwiches, then kick us all out. Shout out to Jude. She was the best.
You guys remember the Jeff Heminghofer line? Please, I know you remember it. It's one of Betty's favorite lines.
No.
Take him out. Whenever he would talk about any guy that was doing anything, instead of like, go get him, good luck. Take him out. That was his big thing.
It was repeated at least 80 times a game.
All right.
Anderson's having a blast. Do we make picks there, everyone?
I picked
No.
Kevin.
I know DeVito picked Breen because Mike asked him. I picked Breen. Mike picked Breen. Pete.
Steve. I'm lone wolf. Ow.
No superlatives. Let's get to game number 2. We got the reigning number 1 seed. Let's try to do this one under an hour, guys. That's my goal.
You're the one talking about all this bullshit.
I did not bring up this the micro story. You just went on like a 4-minute micro chat. I don't even know what that is.
You just asking about it. I thought it was the little brother.
I thought it was.
Keepin is the best micros player you ever heard of in your life. It was an easy yes or no, and the answer was yes.
You know, there's no easy yes or no on this one. Let's go to game number 2. Let's see if there's an easy yes or no here. Pipe down, DeVito. It's Spates and Kaleli Super Bowl rematch. Let's get
take it easy. Hey, take it easy.
You know, I had money on whether or not you would say the tall man. I feel like that was coming. No. You haven't said that in a while. All right, last year you guys played each other twice. It was a 50-point win by Mike to start, but an 18-point win by CJ to close.
3 times, Pete. 3 times.
Oh yeah. I forgot about that one. This is only regular season. We're doing regular season.
That's true.
The difference maker. I'm gonna go with Derrick MF Henry. I live in Baltimore. I know everyone's down on the Lamar thing and everyone's going crazy. You know, both teams are featuring premier running backs. Saquon for Mike's team, Derrick Henry for Spade's team. But there's only one team in a situation where they really need to lean on the person, and that is the Baltimore Ravens. I think Henry is in for a big game. I think I'm going to zig when everyone else is zagging and invest in the Ravens out there. And I am going to go with Spates, and I'm going to pick him to boom. Why not?
Woo! Yeah. One good thing about CJ this week, I forgot what you said. He can't bench.
What he just said.
I was just going to say the best thing this week is he can't bench Neighbors. He's going to have to keep him out of the lineup. Well said. Well said, Daddy. Awesome. Well said, Daddy. Do you guys have school? Do your kids have school tomorrow?
No.
Not mine either. They're wide awake up there. Tall boy facing some injuries here. I did see it, Pete. I got Tall boy in for you there. Steve, Tall boy, bunch of injuries on his roster, but his team looks pretty clean. To me, the big question mark is, like, do you come right back out with Jaden Daniels? So if you're CJ, Steve, what's your take on a quarterback coming off an injury? Does he drop him right into his lineup, and who's your pick in the game?
He has to drop him back into the lineup.
Has to.
The only way he's got a shot to beat you is if Jaden Daniels has a big week. I actually think that Pico could put this game out of reach before Spates even has an opportunity. The only scare for you, Mike, is if the Rams get up big and they start feeding Kyron Williams. Because I don't think the 49ers are going to have any kind of firepower. I mean, they're without Pearsall, they're without Jennings, they're without Purdy. They have absolutely nothing besides McCaffrey, which is going to favor Duddy. I'm sure he's going to love hearing that. I think you have too much. Mike is my lock, and again my boom this week. I think his team is right now pretty close to untouchable. So I don't think Spates has a shot here, and I got Mike.
That's a death wish. But thanks, Steve. I appreciate the
you said it was your lock?
He's my lock.
You know, one thing I want to bring up is that Spates has Daniels going, right, the quarterback, Sunday at 4:45. If he doesn't go, you can't at 25, whatever. 4 o'clock on Sunday. If he doesn't go, Stafford in his Thursday night game's not going to go. So he's going to have to look at that quarterback board and see who's available. And right now, the only one is that Browning guy on Cincinnati. So
he was fully cleared, though. He's not even on the injury report.
All right, he better pray that he goes.
It's a good point, Pete, from a game construction and roster.
Thanks, Mike.
I actually think if Spates is smart, like he dropped Donald. If you're not going to play Stafford, drop Stafford, pick Darnold back up, and you got to fall back.
Yeah.
Case, I put a different strategy in for quarterback this year. I'm carrying, and I will be carrying for the foreseeable future, 3 quarterbacks. We talk about Puka all the time. We talk about Saquon all the time. And this is having a blast tonight. Talk to me a little bit about quarterback strategy. You've got 2 good ones. I have 3 that I can play. Is it the right strategy for the new era of fantasy football? Do you go with Drake May this week? Do you go with Kyler? And give me your pick for the game.
Yeah, I mean, I think your roster makes sense, Mike, because you got some firepower. You got two guys on your bench that you can sort of play matchups with. I think it makes sense to carry three quarterbacks, especially given the quarterbacks that you are carrying, which might be a little bit more matchup centric as opposed to sort of having a Lamar or Allen where you're playing them every week. So this week, I don't think you have the option with Caleb on a bye because I've never liked Kyler, well documented. May against Buffalo is interesting because I don't think that defense is very good. I do think that Buffalo will be ahead. It's just what are the Pats going to kind of come up with? Because May's been playing pretty well the last couple of weeks, and I think that coincides with them playing a little bit better outside of obviously the Pittsburgh loss, but it wasn't necessarily him. So I like May this week. I think the difference is when you go to the bottom, because both teams have some pretty good players in the middle. It's like Scatabo versus a Charbonnet type play, and I would give the advantage Scatabo. So I'm going to take you, Mike, this week for my pick, and I'm going to take you as my lock to see if we can get some juju going on this 4-0 start for you.
Steve, you went like this.
He was missing.
Yeah, I think the Patriots are going to have that type of player. They're going to keep Allen off the field. I think they're going to try to run the ball because that's what the Ravens were able to do pretty effectively. I know they don't have Derrick Henry, but they were able to run the ball effectively against Buffalo. So in that regard, Murray against Tennessee, just losing their running back. You got DeMarcado, who's more of a pass back. I could see Kyler Murray having a big game against a really bad Tennessee team at home. Case has something.
Steve, he's making fun of you.
No, I disagree with all that. I hate Murray.
When you have a point, sometimes you do this, sometimes you do this, sometimes you do this. Does the amount of fingers you hold up dictate confidence?
Yeah, just a quick one.
Oh,
A full 5 was reserved for like the mate story.
Yes.
Yeah, that was like
that one requires time. Like that's going to be like
it's good to know.
Are these actual minutes or like relative to your other fingers? Like,
Yeah, just intensity.
Yeah. Okay.
I
don't feel like anything's done in under a minute.
It's the
we got
excitement.
3 more games left, and Mike wanted to get this under an hour or minute 57.
I knew it would.
Look in the mirror, dude. Trim it down a little bit. Let's go.
I do not think I will run train on the league. I'm at the moment. It's a dangerous thing to say. I'm pretty clean this week. I like a couple of my matchups. I'll take myself. I'm getting Spates at the right time. No superlatives for me. I'm saving them for the last couple of games. But let's get into the third game. I don't know what it is, but it is you, Pete. Pedro taking on Darian.
Why don't you read anything? All right.
You sent the email late, and I was driving home from work. I was less prepared than usual.
Christian won, I'll go quick. Christian won both games, week 5 by 16, week 14 by 63. Difference maker in this game, I think, is going to be Scary Terry. My team looks a lot more complete when he's healthy. Hopefully he's ready to go. It's kind of weird. He had a thigh injury, and then they were like, he's all done for the year. And then they were like, he's getting a second opinion. Nope, now he's cleared to maybe play. So I don't know how that works, but Christian doesn't have Bijan. I feel pretty confident, seeing as he looks like he has legitimately no plan at quarterback. I'm going to go with myself, and I am my world's favorite upset. So I'm going to go with me on the upset. Mike, the sound effects need to throw you. You can talk through them if you want.
No, I don't want to talk through it.
I wonder why Pete's superlative picks are so low.
I'm gonna get there in a second. I'm gonna pick Pete as my upset here. Steve, there's some big cues on the board beyond Bijan being out because he's on a bye. We got Bowers, we've got Goddard, and the biggest cue on the board for Team DeLuca is McLaren. So, like, give us the injury readout and where's your key to the game when you look at roster DeLuca versus roster Darian.
The only injury that matters is the McLaren injury because the other two are going to play. They're just limited.
And is he going to play?
I don't think he's going to play.
Oh, all right. If you think he's out, where would you advise your friend Pete to turn?
Well, if I'm taking a look at what he's got left on the bench here, I think he's only
really have a choice.
Franklin.
Is it Franklin? Are you going Franklin if he's out?
No, I would probably. So with Austin on the Steelers hurting his shoulder and then being on a bye, I thought I kind of had a free spot. So I went out there and I picked up Stroud to block to Darian. I also think that guy Rodriguez is expendable. So I want to look a little bit closer at somebody I could fill in for that 1 o'clock or whatever spot that is. What is it? 4 o'clock. So I'm going to look a little bit closer and put somebody on my bench, but I don't know who.
You going to the waiver wire is really making my pick not as exciting. But Pete, you got his old quarterback. Does that give you pride that Jalen Hurts is potentially going to beat you, Darren?
I like that he's gone 0-2 since the trade, and it does look like if he had Hurts in both of those trades, he would have won those games. I think you should be more happy that I did that trade than anybody else. But yes, you are currently in first place where you would currently be in second place if Darian had not traded Jalen Hurts.
Nah,
So
I would have got him points. I would have got him points. Case, Darian's roster in interesting spots his first week without Bijan and without Hurts. He hasn't had those two guys out of his lineup at the same time in years. Does have some firepower. We see Judkins in the roster. So, are we getting a high floor Darian play against a bye-riddled DeLuca?
Yes.
Your pick?
I'll take Pete in the upset.
Oh, I love that. I'm on Pete too. We got 3 Pete. We have 4 Pete. It seems like 4 Pete. There we go.
One team is 1-1 since the trade. The other team is 0-2. I think we had a 2-1 Pete since he's had Jalen Hurts. That's the difference.
I'm a tush push.
You have 4 upsets.
I have an upset.
Pete's my upset.
Wow.
If the Darren beats you, is it because you had a bad game or someone on his team popped?
Yeah. Who do you think on his team would pop, though? Probably Judkins. H-N. I think Judkins probably has the biggest chance for being Beast of the Week. I don't know.
He's got that knifey little Monday night guy, too.
Monday night against Minnesota that just got destroyed by Gainwell. They've been out there for 2 weeks. It's going to be in London. I feel like the Steelers are going to be gassed. Or Minnesota, sorry. I feel like the Vikings are going to be gassed, and Judkins.
See, I think it plays into Minnesota's advantage that they're out there for 2 weeks because there's it's less travel for them. Now they're
a lot of fish and chips. It's a lot of fish and chips.
Yeah. Well, seeing what Gainwell did to them gives me some hesitation about Judkins playing them.
Pete, I hope you win. Next game, we'll see who I want to win because I got the guy who's sitting right next to me on my screen and the guy who's really led the comment stream today. 6 versus 7. This is potentially, guys, a loser leaves town game. Pete, give us the preview.
Yeah, Casey, are you playing Henderson or no?
Dude, my team's so bad.
Not even a question. You're not even thinking about it.
I don't even know, Pete. To be honest with you,
I
picked up scraps. He put Kelsey in my starting lineup.
This is the number 6 seed Jeff against the number 7 seed Case, or as my daughter would say, 6-7. The Casey played each other last year, and Casey once, and Casey won by 50. Ooh. My difference maker, if you can't tell, was Travion the Weapon Henderson. I think he plays a big role when the Patriots are behind, and I think they will be trailing in Buffalo. I know Casey added and plugged in Kelsey in his final roster spot. I don't like that move. I think Kelsey needs more space. And Casey and I have talked about trade conversations where we both kind of agreed that he just takes up space. And so I think there's a little bit too much desperation there for Casey going with Kelsey. So I'm going to go with Jeff, and in honor of last week's appearance, I'm going to lock it.
Casey, are you set with this roster here?
No.
Give us what are the decision points? What are we thinking? Who are we rolling out of the field? Because your team is in a pretty key position here. You got to beat what is probably one of the most injury-riddled and vulnerable positions Jeff will be in.
This, to echo the chat, this is a absolutely terrible matchup. My team is in disarray. They stink. Innis' team is hurt. One of those things is controllable. The other thing is not. This team is poorly put together. I'm taking Innis. I use Kaleli as my lock, so I'm going to use Innis as my boom just because I think my team is awful.
Steve.
Yeah, I'm here.
This game sucks.
Especially when you're an hour in.
I mean, Michael Carter and Travis Kelce are playing right now. It's such a bad lineup.
I mean, the bottom guys on your team's rosters are oddly enough, Case, I kind of like your roster more than Jeff's this week. What happened to Jeff's team?
What happened to Jeff's team?
Last week, I'm talking about this guy who's going to boom, and then all of a sudden I got Michael Carter. I got Daniel Jones still in there. I'll take Case. Have I picked an upset? Yeah, I picked Pete. I'm not booming or locking this. I'll do that in the next game.
Jeff wants to know whether you like or love Michael Carter.
Oh, I hate Michael Carter.
What's the last game? Oh, Lloyd and I'm not in his top.
Here's a crazy stat for Innis this week.
Okay.
So 2 guys I like on his roster. McCaffrey, you already talked about it because they have nobody else that they're going to get the ball to. He's probably going to catch 10 passes. Jonathan Taylor against Las Vegas in his last 4 games, 83 carries, 501 yards, and 5 touchdowns in the last 4 games against the Raiders. I think Jonathan Taylor has a big week. I think he's got his 2-headed monster there, and Taylor and McCaffrey. I'm going to take Duddy.
And Kamara. That is a 3-headed monster.
Steve likes my 2 best players.
Kendra Miller is, I think, is going to start to take away from Kamara pretty soon because I think he's going to get traded.
You want Kendra Miller?
No.
Herbert is getting the nod, so thank you for everybody for not taking him off my roster. It's going to pay off big. I'm still taking Innis, but it is going to be a Herbert show-out week.
Do you feel like you made any good trade offers to anybody for Herbert? Give us your best trade offer that you couldn't believe the other person didn't do.
I can't keep track of them all. I think Lloyd should have took Herbert early on.
But what'd you offer him? I want to just I'm trying to
Mike, I don't know.
I want to peek into your brain. I really just want to understand why you have not traded him if you wanted to trade him so bad.
He wants to trade him to me.
You know as good as anybody else here the value of quarterbacks and how nobody moves them. Like what quarterbacks have moved this year? Jalen Hurts. And then Christian does not want to engage in
Jalen Hurts and Lamar Jackson, 2 of the 3 best quarterbacks.
Lamar was done before the year.
But it's all in the same
this year.
Yeah, and I traded for him. So that was a good move by me.
Now he's hurt.
All right, Pete, last game of the week. The worst possible matchup we could get. Steve, if Lloyd loses, is he done? Pete, give us the preview.
I somehow knew we'd be approaching an hour 10 and this game would come up. The number 10 seed versus the number 9 seed, the absolute worst matchup you could possibly get. Let's preview it. What the hell is that, Mike? What are your daughters doing?
It's not me.
That was me saying, I think the last game was the worst one we could have played.
I was just ready to blame the girls. All right. They played each other twice last year. They split. First one was Dan by 40. Second one was DeVita by 25. Difference maker. I'm not going to beat a dead horse because Kaleli already beat him last week. For Andy, I think Egbukia. I don't even. Egbuka. I think he still has a role, which is very good. I think Debo gets all the attention if McLaurin's out, and I like Mahomes and Worthy stack. I'm going to go with Andy.
Dude, I have my boom and lock in this game.
Whoa!
And if you had told me before the season, I would have a boom and a lock in the Week 5 game between DeVita and Lloyd. There's no way you would have said, "Oh, must be DeVita," because that's who it is. Andy's team right now is not only locked and loaded. He has Rashad White on the bench, who's likely going to be a plug and play for somebody that he has in his roster. Andy's team very quickly went from, hey, we all said he's going to finish in last week to like, I think he has one of the 3 best rosters he could put in across the league this week. I'll take Andy. I'm booming Andy. I'm locking Andy. Case, tell me I'm wrong. Like, tell me I misread Andy's team. What's Andy doing that could be different? And give me your pick.
Runs in the family.
I'm with you, Mike. I have DeVita as my boom this week. I think he is ready to go. Xavier Worthy changes it. Dak is in. Mario Hampton is legit. And I think Lloyd, where are the points coming from? Like, this is the biggest fall from grace.
Greg London.
Preseason record-setting pressure to 0-5 and start planning for the draft next year, Danny. It's over.
Steve, what do you do? What do you do if you're like London's out? I guess Mark Andrews goes in. Like what?
I bet he
what's
plays.
His path? What's his path? What is Lloyd's path to get his first win? Other than DeVita has a bad week, well, how do you counsel our friend Dan to try to get one on the board with either what he has here, what's on the free agent wire, or a trade he could make?
I don't know. 3 of Andy's players get hurt in the first quarter.
Other than that.
He needs Brian Thomas Jr. to wake up.
Yeah.
and that's not going to happen against a really good Kansas City defense. And he needs Breece Hall to score 40 points this week.
Ooh. Okay, so.
And his best player, Jamar Chase, has a quarterback who literally cannot throw the ball to save his life. Browning looks absolutely horrible.
Horrible.
So, yeah, it's tough.
One thing to note.
I get DeVito.
Dan Larkin and Andy DeVito both own their first-round pick next year. So be on the lookout for some intentional tanking from Lloyd.
He's not in the trade market yet.
DeVito also owns Spate's first-round pick as well.
Ooh.
Anyway.
All right, good insight. Do we need a pick recap or over? It's over an hour, 10 minutes.
We'll get it next week.
Does everyone have the superlatives case?
Yep.
Yeah, we did a good job.
Well, that's nice.
DeLuca, you took Innis, right?
Yeah, and I'm going to lock it.
You locked DeVito, didn't you?
Got the Hoboken Citizens Club golf tournament tomorrow, fellas.
Oh, where are you playing? Shiny Rock?
Blackstone.
Ooh.
Yep.
Well,
I played in a scramble on Monday.
It sounds like something we've already done. You go back to the Boca Club? Steve?
No, they do everything there.
No, that's lame. Well, if you see my dad, say hello.
Real shocking, Dad.
Yeah, enjoy the re-listen, Jeff. It's not going to be as fun because you can't see the comments. But that's it for Jeff's comments, for Steve, for Case. Pete, welcome back. I hope you guys somehow all win this week. Good luck out there, gang. 131 next week. Peace.